Greetings everyone, my name is Etterville, and welcome to my Let's Play of Vectorman, a 2D action platformer shooter developed by BlueSky Software and published by Sega for the Genesis. I'm LPing this game now to celebrate Jaden's birthday, which is today. So without further ado, let us begin. The story is pretty straightforward. Vectorman's quest is to save the world. Day 1, Terraport. Move, shoot, jump, double jump, and crouch. Those are his basic moves. You can collect power-ups by destroying the TVs. They can be extra points, extra time, power-ups, or even continues. Here I acquired a bomb. The last time I played this game was several years ago, so I apologize if my gameplay is rusty. I made it all the way to day 16, but was never able to defeat the final boss. Those sparkly things are called photons. Collect all of them in a stage to get an extra bonus at the end. Please note that this playthrough will not be a 100% playthrough. I will not collect all the photons, nor destroy all the TVs. These stages are quite big, even for their time. The weapon I picked up here is the machine gun. I love this one. Hold down the button and you fire a continuous stream of sparks. Here's something very special. A life upgrade. It'll upgrade your max health by 1. These are especially handy on Insane mode, where your base max health is 3. I know the locations of 2 other ones, but that's it. I think there are 5 more to collect. Whatever you do, before you fight the first boss, do a double jump on the left side. And destroy this monitor. It'll grant you the bolos. It makes the sludge barrage far easier to defeat. Instead of requiring 5 to 6 cycles, it only requires 3 cycles. How do I know this? Because I have finished this stage many times in the past. Very straightforward pattern. Just try staying around the center. On to day 2, Metalhead. The first time WarHead tries to attack us directly, turning into an overhead rail shooter. Just keep firing at his hands and jump over them when they come too close to defeat him. There are at least 2 more of those kinds of levels in this game. So now we enter the first water stage of the game. In this early part of the game, the most dangerous enemies are the sludge pilots and the turrets. Especially the turrets, as they can fire at angles. Ow. Well, that did look suspicious. As we saw in the Terraport, Vectorman has access to some transformations. First one was a drill, second one was a bomb, the third one is where he turns into a fish-like form, where he can now swim. And already you have 10 lives. If you know where to look, it seems pretty easy to rack up extra lives. If X6 was enjoyable. I'm not sure what that power-up does. I think it's an extra continue. If I recall correctly, there are at least 3 more transformations in this game, outside the remaining perspective changing levels. If there's one takeaway from this stage, it's that when facing off against turrets, or even most enemies, your best bet is to first duck, then start shooting at them. That way most of the projectiles will pass by harmlessly over your head. Compared to many other titles released around this time frame, the water stages aren't that bad. I know you move a bit slower, but you don't have to worry about breath meters. This is one of the stages that has a life upgrade too, and it's located somewhere on the left half of the stage. Gotta say I like the lighting effects. Yep, Sylveon, we're an Orbot. One of the few that haven't been reprogrammed by WarHead yet. Gotta make sure there aren't any secret passageways. Oh darn, I missed it. Up from there is the path leading to the boss. It must be down here somewhere. Lo and behold, here it is. This was a fake wall. Next life upgrade. There's probably some hidden walls to the right, too. Probably remotely. Now onto the boss battle. First up is this snowbird, a robotic snowbird. Ow, 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 ow. The good thing is that if I still have iframes and I take another hit, it'll reset them. Helicopter. I'll go with that name. Next up is this bear. Stay a safe distance away, crouch, and repeatedly fire. Day 5, Arctic Ridge. Another dangerous enemy are those beetles, mainly due to their quantity and size. If you aren't careful, they can catch you off guard. When I first played this game, I didn't really like using the bolos, until I realized just how powerful they were. Hitbox is in my favor. That mech should have hurt me there. Another drill form. Where'd I drill through? For me, points are only really useful for gaining extra lives. What are you? You look like a scorpion mech with a shield. Now just a mech with a shield. Day 6, Bamboo Mill. That's right, Data. The rocket boot exhaust can be used to damage enemies and bosses alike, and it deals a non-trivial amount of damage, about 3 to 4 shots worth, more so if the enemy is bigger. If I went out of my way to collect all the photons and smash all the TVs, this playthrough would probably be twice as long. I always enjoy when these levels have multiple paths through them. It aids in replayability, and you are usually rewarded for exploring. For example, ow. Next boss, whatever this thing is. Every time I hurt it, it spits out a series of bombs at me. This is the last life upgrade which I know the location of. The rest are unknown to me. Our purpose is to both clean the planet and kill WarHead. Day 7, Rock and Roller. The second time WarHead tries to attack us directly. Don't fall off the edge, that's instant death. Even easier than Metalhead. Day 8, Death Valley. Back to another Terraport, this time in midday. That looks destroyable. Yep, Jaden. Reminds me of Robotnik in that way, deciding to take measures into his own hands. There is one perspective change which I'm not too fond of, but we'll get into that soon enough. Yep, that's exactly the one, Jaden. One of this game's main selling points are the graphics and animations. They're pretty stunning for the system. Day 9, Hydroponic Lab. We're over halfway through the game. I'm not too keen on most of the enemy designs, but for Vectorman himself, it gets 2 thumbs up for me. I just like how well he expresses himself. And starting from the previous stage, we're getting assaulted by these fire extinguishers, with jaws attached to them. And now walking howitzers as well. I love this power-up. It's basically invincibility. Whenever I acquire this, I'll run straight forward, ignoring most of the TVs. Danger? Ow, 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 ow. First it turned into a slinky, then a sideways spring, now to this larger bot. Before cycling back to the first one. Not too bad. None of the bosses have been that difficult. Day 10, Superstructure. Reusing some of the stuff from the Terraport. Not that I mind it, the background's beautiful. When was Mega Man 7 released? Vectorman may as well be Bounce Man's parent, or uncle. Only really handy for running down foes and breaking through walls. Seeing how Mega Man 7 was rushed, did start development earlier. Oh, this one. Day 11. Staying alive. This is my least favorite day of the game. For two reasons, mainly. You have far less control over Vectorman and the strict time limit. If one of those two weren't present, I'd like this a lot more. Of all the stages in the game, this has the strictest time limit. You have to fire at WarHead through those holes, but trying to hit it, especially at the sides, is more difficult than it looks. Plus these tornadoes are knocking me around. They can be destroyed if they're lured into the electricity, but they keep respawning. My tactic: get close to the hole and mash the fire button. This is why those life upgrades are so important. Day 12, Nightscape. The fourth time we're at a Terraport, this time during evening. They really got a lot of mileage out of this aesthetic/tile set. Yep, don't expect this to be a deadless run. At least I didn't game over here. Back when I played this game as a kid, I game over there several times. Looking back, however, this game, outside of a few spots, isn't really that tough. Learn to pace yourself, and learn to crouch before attacking foes. Those are my main two suggestions for survival. And my apologies for all the flashing lights. I like many of the effects, but they can be a bit eye-grating at times. Day 13, Dark Ruins. Out of all the stages so far, this one stands out the most. We went through multiple airports and facilities, now we're suddenly in a ruin. Here's something else I want to point out. According to the story, Earth is completely polluted, but so far, I've encountered barely any pollution. What's up with that? Have the Orbots done that good of a job fixing the planet? Canonically, all the humans, probably barring a few stragglers, are currently exploring space. There's a lot of the stage which I'm skipping over. Nope, All these creatures are robots who were built to clean up the pollution, but have been reprogrammed by WarHead. Day 14. Underground Vault. Reusing the tile set from the bamboo plant, I think. Good point, Jaden. I didn't realize it until now. Also, ow. That's what I get for rushing. Death number 2. As much as I like how expansive these levels are, after a while they somewhat blend in with each other structurally wise. Graphically, however, they do stand out. Not to mention, there aren't as many unique tracks as I would like. That must be a wall on the right side. Probably need to destroy a TV or something. I suppose I have to go back up there then. See, none of the levels so far really have any gimmicks, outside perhaps the water/ice levels. Invisible platforms, just like in day 1. Hopefully there's an extra upgrade here. Only an extra life. Boss time. Some sort of floating thing. Next up is a Mecha Piranha. Does it keep taking damage if I fire at it while it's running towards me? Or should I not bother? No matter, it's dead now. Next up is this climbing machine. I'll go with Toe Piranha then. Yet again, fairly straightforward. Kinda pretty close at the end. Day 15, World Link Center, the penultimate stage of the game. This is how WarHead is reprogramming all those Orbots. be quite frank, I remember this game being much harder during my childhood. I think two of the reasons were that I wasn't as skilled as I am today, and I rushed headlong into enemies too much. For a penultimate stage, this doesn't really fit the bill. If anything, the two previous Terraport stages fit the bill better. For a stage holding this much gravity, I would have expected more action-packed music, not reusing the music from day 4. I do like how you can see WarHead in the background on those TV screens. Could be Jaden. It's still kinda disappointing nonetheless. This game is neat, but not as good as I remember it to be. Good point, Dada. I didn't really think about most of the tracks in that way. For a final stage, I was hoping for a track that's much more in your face. Penultimate stage, or the final regular stage done. Day 16, Twist and Shout. It's time to put my new skills to the test and beat the game for the first time. There he is. Okay, only took 15 shots. Now he's shooting projectiles at me. Phase 3. Now he tries slamming into me. Phase 4. Look at his exposed internals. Kind of creepy. That wasn't that hard, really. For the first two phases, just stick to one side of the screen. And for the final two ones, repeat the same pattern, but get ready to double jump over him. WarHead is vanquished. The Earth is safe for the return of humanity. Earth has a new hero, Vectorman. WarHead was too easy. He was built up to be such a threat, but his armor was rather flimsy. He probably should have had more phases. I like how he becomes more damaged over time. Aurora Borealis? Insert memes here. So that's what it's called. It didn't even drop bombs on me. Okay then, game. Then again, the walker mechs have rather peculiar names too.
Come on, I'm rocking. I'm rocking. Come on, 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 come on.
With all that said and done, here are my overall thoughts on Vectorman. Graphically, this game is a marvel. This is one of the few aspects that holds up to this day. Most of the enemy designs don't really appeal to me outside of WarHead, but Vectorman himself, he just oozes character, especially through his animations. Music was okay. Level design wise, if we discount the expansive levels, as well as the different settings, many of the stages blend in with each other. They don't really have that many unique mechanics or level objects outside the water/ice levels. So for its time, it was a fairly decent to almost good title. The pre-rendered 3D graphics were something to marvel at, but I feel games like Donkey Kong Country did a better job with that. The rest of the game doesn't hold up as well. Nonetheless, I had fun playing this game, and I'm happy to have completed it after several years. In fact, I'll be playing a sequel in a few weeks. Let's see if it improves upon its predecessor. Well then, thanks for watching my Let's Play of Vectorman, viewers. If you enjoyed it, please rate, comment, favorite, and or subscribe, as they all help out the channel. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter as well, and join my Discord server, as I regularly post updates there. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you all in a future Let's Play